Sunil Shekhar, an IT infra and project management professional. He has had various degrees to his credit, as has been the case with most of our panelists. He has a bachelor's in science, a master's in HR, a postgraduate diploma in computer applications, and an MBA in systems. His career spanned over various sectors again and organizations, starting with the Air Force and as a project manager with leading organizations such as BMTC, Accenture, and IBM. He is currently the software delivery solutions head with GE.
So when life we are talking about, it will be continuously there will be challenges and there will be responses. So when we are talking about this situation, like when life gives challenges, we only think challenges will come to human being. It will come to all sentient beings actually. So when we are talking about our childhood, a Jiva starts, it will be a birth for Jiva, then it will see Jagattu, and then Adhyatma will come, it will have Guru to reach the final destination, that is Nirvana, or what we call it as liberation. So when we are talking about any Guru, he starts with, when Jiva comes out, he starts with Jagattu, and then only he can take us to Adhyatma. So Atma finally meets Paramatma to find out the liberation and to reach the liberation. Next is Ramana Maharshi says that when the responder knows the self, the challenge vanishes. How challenge vanishes? I'll give you a small story of Shakuni and Krishna on 17th day war. After completion of 17th day Kurukshetra war, what happens is, Shakuni goes to Krishna, he says, I am left with only Duryodhana now. So you have all the people, like all Pandavas are available to fight the final day of, or he will not be knowing as final day. So he says like, why can't we play another game of dice? So if you win, you take over, Dharmaraya will become the king. If I lose, then like you win means Krishna wins, then Krishna, Pandavas will take over. If Shakuni wins, so Duryodhana will take over the kingdom. Then Krishna says, okay, so let us play that game. So he accepts. So the challenge was put by Shakuni. Krishna accepts that as a response. Then they start playing actually. So when the real game starts, Shakuni plays first dice and he says, Krishna, you play. Krishna says, I will not play. You continue playing, you take another turn. So he gives another turn to Shakuni, you play. So in the meantime, what Krishna does is, he goes to Duryodhana. Duryodhana will be going to his mother actually, so that he can get the Vajrakaya, what we call it as, so he will not be killed in the Kurukshetra war. So Krishna goes there and he meets Duryodhana. In the meantime, when Shakuni continues playing, and he tells Duryodhana, this is not the way you need to meet your mother. So then what happens is like, Duryodhana takes a plantain leaf and he then goes to meet his mother. In the meantime, Krishna comes back and says, Shakuni, did you play the second one? So Shakuni says, yes, I played that. Okay, play the third one also. So then Shakuni says, you will not win. So I will win and Duryodhana will become the king. In the meantime, then Krishna says, already met Duryodhana and Duryodhana is meeting his mother Gandhari. So in the meantime, Shakuni runs from that place and he goes to meet Duryodhana, so that Duryodhana should not go to Gandhari with plantain leaf. And finally, the essence of the thing is like without responses also. See, it's always the Jagattu gives challenges, but without responses, with Mauna also we can reach the highest destination. This is what we were talking about for some time. Even without responses, that is what Ramana Maharshi finally says, like you can reach, without responses also you can reach the liberation. So you should not always respond to all the challenges which comes to you. When it is required, then only you need to do that. Or it's more like, if you are not doing also some work, as Kameshwarji told, automatically works will take care of you and you will continue doing the work. The next is, if that is the case, what is the challenge and what is the response? If you are talking about Ekalavya, Ekalavya did not fight the war. So if like Nanda Kumarji is also my teacher. So there were many students, and I also teach for some of the competitive exams actually. If we teach, the same will be learned by all. That is not always the case. It is always the ability of the student which makes him what he really needs to learn. So it's like challenge is listening to me now actually, but the response is what you are going to learn out of this basically. Like it is always your response which counts much more than what the person who will be telling. Like even Guru says something, as we discussed already, whatever is told by Guru, will we do it? Or whatever told by our elders, we will be doing it. So it all depends on your individuality, how will you take it and how you will be projecting it and how will be making out of that decision. Obviously, response is from the conscious entity. So that is what, so most of the people told, Arive Guru. Even Buddha also says, whatever I say, don't take it like that only. Instead, do a contemplation on your own and then take which is correct. So that is what most of the Gurus told actually. So when we are talking about ethics, ethics is a set of concepts and principles that guide appropriate responses or behavior to various challenges. When we are talking about this Ajyadarya, Srotasasamam, the Ajyadarya is like we will be continuing keeping the ethics continuously. It's not like sporadic. Once we will say about ethics, after that we will not talk about ethics. So ethics should be continuous. It cannot be like in the work I will be ethical, in the spirituality I will be ethical, or in some other sense I will be ethical. That ethical being or dharma, that should continue forever. So that gives the highest, the work of ethics will be like, if you are continuing like that, that will give the highest satisfaction and that can again liberate one actually. Next. So when we are talking about corporate ethics versus individual ethics, so there are some explanations actually given by Richard William Powell and Linda Elder. They define a set of concepts and principles that guide us in determining what behavior helps or harms sentient creatures. So we have one organization called as Ethisphere. So that institute actually, it gives the ethical standards and it also gives like which are the companies which are in the globe as of now. So they themselves will give a, like it is like more of, I will give my own biodata saying that this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did for these many years or this year particularly. So when they gave, so they will actually, Ethisphere Institute goes through that report. It is not only for individuals, it is for organizations also. They do a final, means they will have a panel of people like we will be looking after that and then they will be giving the final rating actually. So the Ethisphere Institute defines and measures corporate ethical standards, recognizes companies that excel and promotes best practices in corporate ethics. So that will help instead the organization to improve, to mitigate risk and improve the relationship with the employees, business partners, investors and broad regulatory community. Broad regulatory community means the country will have their own regulations that also they need to absorb. Next. So again, they have taken these 5 main things actually when they are giving. One is ethics and compliance program that takes 35% of it. And then corporate citizenship and responsibility. So that also comes there, 20% of that, the value, that weighted average goes to that. And then culture of ethics. Culture of ethics 20% means if a person who runs an organization is ethical, mostly that 20% will come there only. Because if he is ethical, he will manage the whole company ethically. So that really gives highest points to the company which will be involving there. Next is governance. And the last one is 10%, leadership, innovation and reputation. When we are talking about those 3 things, they are very important actually, but they have not given that much of percentage. Because one wrong decision taken by a leader should not hamper the whole rating actually. So it's like an organization would have come from nearly 100 years, 150 years, 50 years, like that. So one wrong decision by one person cannot make such a big difference in the ratings actually. So that gives like that rating continues. They started giving it around from 2007 they started giving it and they are continuing giving that now in 2015. Next slide please. So individual ethics when we are talking about, I just putting this slide mainly because we are talking about the last line thought leadership and philanthropy. So individuals who are mainly recorded here, I am giving that number like 3, 10, 12, they are in that state actually. So I have put some photos of Pope, and the second thing is Al Gore. He is working more with environmental science actually, because this global warming is problem for everybody. We are talking about, these things you know also, like in Delhi, whatever is happening, odd even formula and all. So this is more of like, yes, though he could have tried to become president actually of US, instead he started working with global organization. He got Nobel also, Nobel Peace Prize in one of the years actually. So last is, we have Warren Buffett photo. So he is a big philanthropist actually. I put some 4 thought leaders and 4 philanthropists just for continuation of this individual ethics, how individual ethics can put into again companies actually. Next slide please. So when we are talking about golden rule, so this golden rule, what we do to others, so that is what we expect from others. So that is the golden rule we have actually. So all the organization, when we are talking about individual ethics, I came from corporate to individual because individual makes all the good to organization, because it's group of individuals which makes an organization. If individuals can behave ethically, then the automatically organization will become ethical. So that is the reason I gave, these are all like Hinduism, if you are saying, like this is the sum of duty, do not do to others what would cause pain in is done to you. So that is what that is taken from Mahabharata, like that every religion has a point for golden rule, like you don't do which is not good to others, do only good to others so that you can expect that from them. It is not exactly expecting, but if somebody does that, how will you feel? So why you will be doing it to others? So that is what the golden rule of ethics actually. Next one. So ethical tests I am talking about, next one. So I'll just continue with that golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. One should treat others as one would like others to treat oneself. This is a positive notation for that. The negative notation is one should not treat others in a way that one would not like to be treated. The last one is what you wish upon others, you wish upon yourself. This is what Maharshi also says, Ramana Maharshi. What you do to others, you are doing it to yourself. So if we are talking about all these 3 golden rule, we are dividing that and again considering. So Maharshi says the last thing only, what you wish upon others, you wish upon yourself. So even in the situation of adversity or competition, you should continue ethical, so that is the best thing to do. Because dharmo rakshati rakshataha when we are talking about, so the ethics will save you. You should continue ethically even if somebody is not ethical. 3 rules for continual relationship I am talking about. One is when we are talking about relationship, individuals and organizations, even if a couple like husband and wife, brothers, sisters, are one with the organization, one with the world, one with the country, one with the state. These 3 rules, if you can observe and continue with them, I think there will not be any much differences actually. First is speak the truth, be honest. So if you are speaking the truth, then automatically most of the thing is done. So you should not put another person in a position where they will not be doing unhonest practice or untruthful, then automatically you will not be know what is the right thing to do. So next is reveal necessary facts, no secrecy. So if you are keeping everything secret, and then if you are not able to tell to others or tell to your friend or whomever you want to continue relationship with, naturally that relationship will not last long. The third rule is bilateral group decision making. One should not be unilaterally taking decisions in such situation. So when we are working with a group of people or team of people in organization, then it should be like bilateral, or again decision making should be group activity. You cannot just put others, say whatever you are thinking, just you should not put on others. Next slide please. So continuing with ethical test, so if we are talking about business ethics in the organization, what you should do, it's more like be punctual, observe organization rules. I'm just keeping some of the things which needs to be done. Then do right action even in the face of wrong. This is what I was talking about when competition is there or when adversities are there. So I can tell a Zen story related to this, a small story. A Zen will be there, he will be on the bank of a river. So he sees a scorpion and he will he will catch it and he will put it outside. Because he knows that if it goes somewhat little far away, so that is going to be dying. So then one of the disciple will be sitting beside him actually, beside the Zen. This scorpion, again, with its tentacles, it bites and it again spills to water. Zen again picks it up. He does it twice, thrice, then disciple asks, why you are doing it? You know that is not scorpion is not good actually. Then Zen says, scorpion or snake, they will do whatever they know actually. So that is their nature. But when we know this is the right thing, so this should be done. That is what Zen says actually. So even during the adversities in the organizations or whenever you are working in organizations or for your ethic, you should continue doing ethically. You should not put others also, you should behave ethically. They should come to ethics slowly actually. So the same story goes with Shakuni and Krishna which I gave. It's more or less the same way. The response will be always on your hand actually. It's not on the scorpion or whoever treats you badly. Next is, it is difficult to explain this with golden rule, but I tried again. Ramana Maharshi golden rule is whatever you give to others, you give to yourself. So if you are remembering this, there will not be many problems in everywhere, like any organization or whenever you are in team. So there will not be much problems to you actually. Then continually, the nature alone is good, which refrains from doing to another whatsoever is not good for yourself. So that is again the same restatement. Nature, we can take it as nature of human being or nature of the world itself. So if you are talking about that also alone, good which refrains from doing to another when whatever is not good for yourself. Vidura's advice to Yudhishthira, I am just like to quote that, by self-control and by making dharma, right conduct or ethics, your main focus should be to treat others as you treat yourself. So another story I can tell about Yudhishthira, when he meets Yaksha in the lake, it is after 12 years of Vanavasa. So first Sahadeva goes to get some water actually to all of them. So Yama, so you will be in the face of Yaksha. He asks Sahadeva, you need to answer my question before taking water from here. But Sahadeva will not listen. Instead, Sahadeva takes water and he will be going for death there. So he will be put to death by Yama. Next, Nakula goes, then the same thing will be repeated. Arjuna goes, same thing will be repeated. Then Bhima goes, same thing will be repeated. Finally, Yudhishthira goes there. Then Yaksha asks him actually, you need to answer my questions before taking water. So Yudhishthira listens actually to the question. And there will be 18 questions Yaksha asks Yudhishthira and he responds all with properly whatever he able to give according to Dharma Shastra. Because he was taught Dharma Shastra very well from Vidura actually. Vidura is minister in Kaurava kingdom. So then finally Yamadharma says, you are protecting Dharma. So Dharma will protect you. So for next 1 year, even in Agnatavasa, nobody can able to find you. So you will give that more of vara and then boon and then you will go. So that is what the story related. So if you are ethical, if you continue keeping ethics, so ethics will take care of you. Next slide please. So ethical tests, if you are continuing, this is not only, when we are talking about utilitarian principle, so this principle is there all over the world. Not only we are talking about our more of Rigveda or Vedas, Upanishads and Mahabharata, Ramayana. So this is there everywhere. So if you are continuing this, do what creates the most good for the most sentient beings or the least harm. Even in writing Maharshi, writing Upadeshasara, Saddarshana, Aksharamanamala, he sufficiently Ramana Maharshi inquires that, is it good what I am doing? So can it be used for good things actually to make better ethical practices? So that is what it does. So we also, whenever we are in a position to dictate terms or making some assignments, we always need to check the alternatives for the best course, which utilizes resources in optimal way and which will be helpful for others. And the last thing is Kant's ethics for doing good for its own sake and not for getting something back. So this is just like Nishkamya Karma. So Immanuel Kant is one of the greatest German philosopher. He says, do good for the sake of good. Don't think that today I am going to do good, tomorrow I will get something out of that. So the return will be good. For that purpose, we need to do something good. So Kant says, do good for good's sake. So, like dharma, you want to do, be ethical. For the ethical, you being ethical to get the strength, not for somebody needs to do ethically after that, or you will get something else out of that, maybe wealth or something else because of doing ethical practices.
श्रीरमणेशं तन्द ब्रह्मस्थिरं